If you're a Hallmark fan, chances are good you're familiar with Andrew Walker and his body of work. The handsome actor has been a staple of the channel for over a decade and has acted in over 20 Hallmark movies, including hit holiday fare like A Bride for Christmas, A Dream of Christmas, Merry and Bright, and Three Wise Men and a Baby, to name just a few. Walker appears in multiple Hallmark movies a year, and he's been keeping busy off-screen as well. He recently partnered with Envy Apples and has his own line of juices, Little West, with his wife. Given his status as a Hallmark veteran, it's safe to say Andrew Walker knows a thing or two about celebrating the holidays in style. He sat down with First for Women to share how he and his family keep things festive and give us the scoop on what it's really like to be in all those fabulous Hallmark movies. I'm a pretty traditional guy. I come from a very close family in Montreal, Canada, and my family would always get together a couple of times over Christmas. My family is super musical. My aunt was an elementary school music teacher. My uncle was one of Montreal's top trumpet players. My cousin's an opera singer. My other cousin was on Broadway. My mom played piano all by ear, never read music. So we'd get together and it'd be a big sing-along on New Year's Eve. I used to dabble in music. I sang in a rock band when I was around 15 to 19 years old. It's still a big piece of me. I love music. Having a family of my own. This is actually the first year that we're going to be staying in Los Angeles. My wife and I have 2 little boys, a 3-year-old and 8-year-old, and we're going to start a new tradition of staying in LA. My son plays piano. So we're trying to pass the torch to him so he can play some piano for us as we sit around on Christmas and open gifts. And we're also going to do an open door policy on Christmas Day where friends can come over to our place. Any friends, any stragglers that are hanging out in LA, they can come over. I love Home Alone. And Last Christmas by Wham! I've been working with them for 10 years now. I used to get a script and get a call on a Wednesday to leave on a Friday to start shooting on a Monday. It would just happen that fast. On a 15-day turnaround, I have a contract with Hallmark, so I know how many movies I'll be doing in the year, which is a real blessing for an actor, especially now that I'm a dad. I've never really had that kind of consistency before. Before the movie shoots, they want to hear my feedback on the script. I haven't really turned down any Hallmark movie, just one due to scheduling. The beauty of it is with the place that I'm at now with my career in Hallmark. I'm able to give my input. It's not your typical network. It really is like a family. I feel like I really found my home. It's such positive content in a time that we need it so much. And Hallmark is run by some really incredible women. They've taken the reins and brought all of the actors together more as well. We're all great friends now, and we support each other. There's no competition. We all have work, and there's space for all of us to do our thing. I love working with Nikki DeLoach. I've done 7 movies with her now. We do the Curious Caterer mystery series. We did a movie called A Dream for Christmas, and that was really special to me because of the subject matter. I was a new dad. She was a new mom, and we were able to share stories on that movie, and we were kind of in the trenches being new parents, and that's what the movie was about. They're all my little babies. I have to say 3 wise men and a baby. I got to work with 2 really good friends of mine, and we had so many laughs. It was just a unique experience because usually I'm paired up with a female lead. But in that movie, the love story was these brothers coming together. They had a fractured relationship and found their love again as a family unit. I also got to work with my cousin-in-law, Tyler Hines, who I've known for 20+ years since I've known my wife. He's a super talented actor. And Paul Campbell is a comedic genius. Working with them and having Paul, who's the writer of the movie, be in the movie was great. He really knew it inside and out. He and his writing partner, Kimberly Sisted, have single-handedly changed the landscape of Hallmark recently. And we really pushed the envelope a lot with the comedy in this movie. We were really allowed to go for a broader type of comedy. I think feeling good about yourself is really about a consistent routine. In my day-to-day life, I'm always in bed by 10:30 p.m. and I'm up by 6:30 a.m. I do a workout in the morning and get the kids to school and then just eat healthy throughout the day. It's important to have that consistency. And of course, I eat an envy apple a day. You've got to sweat each day, put healthy food in your body, get your proper sleep, and stay hydrated. And I'm biased, but watching Hallmark movies is also a really great way to stay happy. Paul Campbell is the ultimate double threat. Since joining Hallmark in 2013, he has become one of the network's funniest and most charming leading men. In recent years, he's stretched his talents and added screenwriting to his resume. The first movie he wrote for Hallmark was 2017's Sun, Sand, and Romance, though he mainly just contributed his own dialogue. He tells Soaps.com. He then co-wrote the script for 2020's Christmas by Starlight with his A Godwink Christmas co-star Kimberly Sustad. The actors also appear in the movie, which required some acclimation at first for Campbell. It took me about 3 or 4 days into that shoot to sort of take off my writer hat and stop thinking about the words and the way they sounded in my head and how I'd heard them from all the characters as we were writing it, he tells Soaps. By now, Campbell has gotten the hang of balancing both acting and writing. Last holiday season, he co-wrote and starred in 3 Wise Men and a Baby, a hilarious rendition of the 1987 classic, 3 Men and a Baby. Not only did Campbell find the sweet spot when it came to doubling as a screenwriter and an actor, but the movie was a massive success for Hallmark. Marking a shift in format for the network, the family-centered comedy was the most-watched cable TV movie of the year. In it, Campbell stars alongside his longtime friends. Hallmark stars Andrew Walker and Tyler Hines as 3 brothers who stumble their way through taking care of a baby in the days leading up to Christmas. While Campbell's movies usually fall under the romance genre, he says 3 Wise Men and a Baby wasn't actually too far off. I think it's funny, it wasn't a traditional romance, but it was a love story, he explains. It was a love story of these 3 brothers. The script was another team-up between Campbell and Sustad, but he credits his co-stars for bringing it to life. Those guys are both extremely talented, and sometimes I think it's easy to sort of underestimate either of them because they make it look so effortless, Campbell says of Walker and Hines. They're really smart actors, and then being able to hand the words over to them and see what they do with it, and see how they handle it was really exciting for both Kimberly and myself.